Hi all, welcome to Techies Knowledge and welcome to Python Basics series. And earlier previous videos we have discussed about list, data type, and what are the built-in functions in list. And actually you missed one or two built-in functions or the keywords in the list. We will discuss them and then we will go through some of the basic the interview questions from the list. Okay, and see, this is the list, right? Oh, we have created a one list, and here we want to find out like particular element, like for how many times it is there in the particular list, right? On the list one, okay, on the list one, how many times the four or any element, how many times are there? Okay, so for that we have a function which is the uh, count. Okay, we have a function which is a count, which will count the particular value whatever we are giving here. We are trying to find out how many times 3 value is there in the list one, so the count function will do that thing for us. Okay, so that's a built-in function which we have in the list. Okay, 2 times the 3 is there here, so 3 is here and 3 is here. And if we give the 6, okay, it's a one time is there, right? 6 is only one time. So basically the count function will count it how many number of times, how many times is there is available in the list. Okay, so that's the one. And we have, like, okay, this is a particular list and you want to delete all the elements from the list. Okay, how we can do it, like pop or remove will do, right? Only one element or particular element it will do, but we want to remove all the elements from the list. So for that we have a clear. Okay, clear function we have. The clear, what it will do, it will remove all the elements, right? All the elements from the list, and then the uh, right list definition will be there, but the all elements will be removed. Okay, so let's print it here. See here, it's deleted. Clear is deleting all the elements and only the list definition is there, and that's why it is showing only the empty list. Okay, that's the functionality of list here. Okay, and you want to delete particular element based on the index value. Okay, right? So based on index, see, if you want to remove the third index value here from the list. Okay, third index is what here? 0 1 2 3. On third index we have the value is 2 is there, so you want to delete that third index value. Okay, we have a keyword which is a delete. Okay, on delete we have to give the list name and then on which index value you should delete from the given the list, given list. Okay, so here I am trying to delete third index value from list 1. Okay, so it will delete the third index value and then it will do the changes on the original itself. Okay, uh, so let's print it. See here, 0 1 2 3. On third index 2 value is removed, so now the fourth is moved to on third index. So that's the functionality of delete keyword. Okay, this is what we are doing, one element we are deleting. Okay, if we want to delete all the elements and even list definition itself we want to delete it, then we have a option here, the delete, and then give the list name. Okay, you don't give it on which element you should delete it. Okay, which index element you want to delete, don't give that. If you are not given any specific index and all, if we give simply delete and then list name, then it will delete all the list elements as well as the list definition. Okay, and then let's try to print it what is happening after if we try to delete it and see what is happening. Okay, see here, first it is printed, we are deleted the one element based on the index, and next time we are deleting complete list element as well as the list definition. That's why it is telling list 1 is not defined. Okay, because it's deleted completely, now it's not able to find out that list definition. Okay, so that's the difference here. List, if we give with the particular index value, what is happening. Okay, and if we give with the, if we are not giving any specific index to delete, then it will delete complete list. Okay, so the clear will delete only the elements and delete list name, right? If we give that, it will delete complete list elements as well as the list definition. Okay, these are the missed in the previous list discussion, and let's go through what are the some basic interview questions can come from list. Okay, so here how to select an element from a list, like okay, like if we want to select the particular element like 3, if you want to select from the given list, okay, how you can do that one. Okay, we have all the list is in the ordered manner and it will be stored in the index. Okay, it based on the index we can fetch it. Okay, here list of, so if we want to fetch it the second element from the list, here second element is what, 0 index and first index. Okay, if you give the first index, then second element will be fetched, right? See here 3 is coming, so here based on the index we can fetch the values from the list. Okay, see I am giving the 5. 5 is the index value here, so 5 0 1 2 3 4 5, on fifth index we have the value as a 6. Okay, that way we can fetch the element from the list. Okay, the first element means 0 index. Okay, first element means 0 index, second element means first index, like that we can fetch it. And okay, here we know that these are very small number of elements are there in the particular list. Okay, if we have this like 1000 numbers are there in the list, so how you can fetch the last number or last the number from list. Okay, it means I want to fetch this third value. Okay, how we can fetch it, we have a negative index concept, right? If we give the -1, then by simply it will fetch the last element from the list. Okay, see here it is fetching the -1. So all negative index will start from right side. Okay, right to left it will read it. Okay, and positive index always start from left to right. Okay, so here if we give the -2, see it is printing 25. So it is started here in the right side and it will keep moving this side. Okay, so that is the negative index. That way we can fetch the last element from the list. Okay, and how we will be knowing this, right? So here 11 elements are there, 12 elements are there here, and index is a index will start from 0. Okay, 0 to 11 index, then we can fetch all these values. But if you try to give the 12 as an index value, you are trying to fetch the 12th index value from the list, what will be the response here? Right, here the list index out of range, because here we have only 11 index, because 12 values, right? Index will start from 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, so only 11 indexes are there here. If we are trying to fetch the 12th index value, then obviously it is out of range, right? So that's the region when we will get the index out of range error. Okay, and this is the one way how we can fetch it. And we have a slicing, right? We discussed earlier also. If we want to fetch the values between the range, like okay, if we are not giving, if we give like this, then it will fetch all the values. It will start from here. We are not given where to start it. Okay, and we are not defined where to exit. By default it will start from begin 0 index and it will end at the last index. Okay, so that's the functionality here. If we give the simply colon, right, it will fetch completely all the values. And okay, if we are not giving the default one, if we are giving the second index here, then where, see here it started from second index 0 1 2. Okay, 0 it's starting index always it is including. Okay, end index is not included here. Index value we are not defined, that's why by default it will read till the last element. Okay, if we are given this way, then it will read from include second index, exclude the seventh index value. Okay, let's try here. See here, second index 0, 1, 2. On second index we have the fifth 5 value, and second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. It is read it till sixth index only. It will not read on the seventh index, because end index is always excluded. Okay, and we have a one more thing is like, okay, if we want to read it alternate values. Okay, if we are starting here, okay, you are starting at the begin, okay, and you are going to, you want to read it till the end, but you don't want to read alternate values. Okay, first you will read 1 and you don't want to read 3, you want to read the next time as a 5. Then we have like a concept jump, you can jump the value. So for that you can pass the another value here. It's like it will jump the when it is reading the value. Okay, see, let's try here. Okay, so it's not comma, it's a colon again. Okay, so here is the starting value, it is the ending value, and this is the jump. Like alternate values, if you want to read it, then it will work. See here, first it readed started from 1, because here we are not given, by default it will take start index, and until end we should read it, but we are given the, it's like a jump, it will be we are specifying externally, don't read all the values, read in this way only, right? This 2 is the, it is jumping, means if we are giving 2 means it will not read the continuation values, right? That's what it is happening here. First it is reading 1 and it is not reading the alternate values, and it is reading the next value, again it is not reading the alternate value. Okay, if you give the 3 here, then it will jump the 2 values here. Okay, see here, see, first one is readed, okay, and it will not read another 2 values, okay, and then it will read the next value, right? That's the functionality here. If you are not giving any specific one, then by default it will read all the values, and if you want to restrict some values reading based on the alternate values, if you want to read it or not, this is the value, and its argument we need to pass it. Okay, that's the slicing. Okay, and maybe another ways is there, maybe you can try to practice in the different ways. Okay, and next one is how we can transfer, or the like transform the Python list into a tuple. Okay, tuple, okay, tuple 1, and I am trying to convert this loop to list to tuple. Okay, so you have to just give the this way, this tuple is a keyword and the list name, which list you want to convert into tuple. Okay, and let's print it, tuple 1. See here, it is it's defining the new tuple, and then here it is converting the list to tuple and then writing into the another variable, because tuple we can't change it, right? Because the list it will not change the original list here. Okay, that's the one. And if you are trying to do the convert the list to set, set, right? This is one more data type in the Python. Okay, and then let's try to print it. See here, we are trying to convert the list to set, and then that set is returning here. Okay, always set will be starting with the curly braces. Okay, but if you want to convert this list to a string, we can't use the keywords. Like string, if we can't use this way, then it will not convert into the string. Okay, this is a little different, because string is right, it's different, it's not we can't, it's an immutable one. So for that, to form the string, we have another option is like, okay, new string, right? Oh, we have discussed earlier, like we have a join function where it will read all the values from the list. Okay, and then based on the here the separator, whatever the separator you want to do between the list values. Here we need to define it, and then join will read all the values and then create a new string here. Okay, so let's, what is happening here, in this list we are trying to convert, we are trying to read the values, and then we are joining each value with the space separator and then forming a string. Okay, so let's read it here. Okay, but still here we are trying to create a new string, but here the all values are the integer values, there is no string value, that's why it is failing. So here whenever we are trying to convert list the string, right, we need to make sure, okay, the values are string or the values are integers are there or not. Okay, let's try to give the string values here instead of the integer values. Okay, right. Okay, now let's print it. See here, even if we can specify it, it's like okay, one here, then it will read it, not a problem, because this is again we are a string, it's a string. Okay, we are not, if we give like this, then it will consider as an integer, because in Python we no need to specify externally the value is a string or integer, right? So that's the way, based on the value it will Python, it will itself will take it. Okay, this is the way how we can convert the list to string and tuple and set. Okay, and how we can determine the size of your list, means size means what, how many elements are there in the particular list. Okay, so for that we have a inbuilt function which is a length of li, means the list name, length of that list name, so that it will find out how many elements are there in that particular list. Okay, so here 4 elements are there. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, here we are not checking any index, here we are checking the length. So how many values are there in that list, it will just give the total number of values. Okay, that is the way we can define the size of the list. And what is the difference between it's like append and extend, right? How we can concatenate, see this is the one list one. Okay, let's take this one as a list 1 and create another list 2. Okay, list 2, and give some integers here. Okay, so you, let's try to append list 2 into list 1. Okay, I am trying to append list 2 into list 1. Okay, so I am trying to append list 2 into list 1, and let's print it, the list 1, what is happening. See here, it's added, this is the first list 1, I am trying to, I have added list 2 into list 1. So here complete list is added as a list only, it's not added taken as elements, right? The list 2 elements are not taken and then it's appended to the list 1. So append we can't do that one. To take the only elements and append to list 1, then we have a function which is, another one is the extend. Okay, extend can, will read only the values from list 2 and append to list 1. Okay, that is the functionality of append here, extend. Okay, append is just simply add the complete list. Okay, it will not take the values, and extend will take only the values and append to the another list. So that's the difference here, what is the extend and append, what it will do. And we can simply, otherwise even we can do like plus mark, right, plus and list 2, so that it will append all the values. See here, it's added, and here this concatenation is working same like a extend. Okay, it's not like a append. Okay, if we use the plus mark, we are trying to concatenate the two lists, then we can use the plus or we can use the extend. So it will be taken only the elements and added into another list. Okay, that's the way we can do the concatenation of that. And how we can do the sorting, we have the two functions, right? It's like print of list 1 sort. Okay, the sort function basically will sort the list. Okay, print of list 1, but here both strings and integers are there. Let's try what is the, see here, it's trying to it's like comparing the integer with the strings and all, so that's why it is giving the error. And let's try to print the try on the list 2 where only the integers are there, right? Whenever we are trying, you try only with the either list string values or the integer values. Don't try if we list is having both the string and list, then it will not work this inbuilt function. Okay, so see here it's working fine. And even we have sorted earlier also, we discussed sorted will create the it will not alter the original function and it will create the newer list, right? So that's the difference. So here list 2 and sorted list, right? Here we are sorting the list 2 and then generating, means we it's creating the new list, right? So it will not impact the original list here. So that's the difference. Sort will do the sorting on the original list and sorted will not do the sorting on the original list. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, see here it's working fine. And that's one more one. And how we can how to count occurrences of a list in Python. Occurrences means, okay, if you let's take it, how many times the 3 value is there in the list 2. Okay, uh, even this video itself we checked it. We have the count function which will count it how many number of times the particular value is there. Okay, see here we are trying to this one we are trying to check the 3 how many times is there in the list 2. Okay, what is happening, it's only one time is there, right? And if we give the 4 and let's try 4 here, I have added one more 4 here and then trying to check how many times the 4 is there present in the list 2, right? See, 2 times is there. So that's the functionality. But this element, this count function is working only only one element at the same time we can check it. We can't check it like, okay, 3 how many times is there and 4 how many times is there. For that we have a library which is collections. Okay, from collections we have a class counter class. Okay, this class we can pass the list, right? Already it's imported here. And see here we have a class where you can pass this list to in this class. Okay, and list 2, we are passing, okay, this list to counter class. Okay, then it will check all the elements, all each element how many number of times is there. Okay, see here 4 is there 2 times and 1 is there 1 time. Okay, and 2 is there 1 time. Okay, that's the difference here. Counter function, we it's not a function, it's a class. Okay, counter we can use it for the to check a complete list how many times each value is there. Count function in the list we can use particular element how many number of times is there. Okay, that's the difference here. And how we can remove the duplicates from a list, this is we can use the set function. Okay, set, right? Set data type we can use it. Let's print it, set of list to 2. Okay, so list 2 here 4 is the 2 times is there. If we convert the list to set, then set is the unique, right? Set always will maintain the unique elements. It will not it will remove the all the duplicate values. Okay, so here 4 is only one time is there and it's deleted the duplicate value. So that is the way we can remove the duplicates from a list. This is the one we discussed what is a list and what is the built-in functions and some set of interview questions. And please do subscribe to the Techies Knowledge, and thank you guys.